As you know that our school admission form AI workflow series is going on. So far in this series, we have created school admission form with N8N node. On top of that, we have applied some of the logic. So this logic I have asked you to do by yourself. You can replicate similar logic which we have in ICSE board. So based on the board, we bifurcate our information into two sections. And based on the class, this switch node saves the data into Excel sheet. Whichever class the data needs to go, based on that, that spreadsheet will get filled over here. Now over here, we will do one thing. We will create one Slack node. So that Slack node will put a message into administrator group of the school that this new entry has been added into admission form list. Okay, so for that, we will need a Slack node. Before jumping to the node, let me explain something about Slack itself. So Slack is basically an enterprise level communication platform. So what features it gives us is so you can collaborate over here, you can create a channel. So channels are basically groups. So there are some public groups, there are some private groups. You can create with them, those are called as channels over here. You can chat with your internal team, you can do a huddle. So huddle is basically a meeting, Teams meeting equivalent. And you can record and share your updates with the clips. And there are many other things that you can do something related to project management. You can do some, there are platforms, so you can create an agentic platform over here. There is an intelligence also, Slack bot is also there. So we'll also create our bot, which will communicate from N8N to our Slack channels, wherever that bot has been included. So now let's go to our N8N. So go to plus to add node, search for Slack. When you go into Slack, you will see that there are 44 nodes for the action. There are categorized like channel based action, file based action, message based action, action based action, user group based action, and there are triggers also. So triggers are basically when someone puts a message into channel or someone shares the file, then this trigger nodes gets triggered. So those are equivalent to our application form type nodes. So whenever some activity happens on the Slack, your workflow gets triggered. For our use case, we want to send a message in the Slack, so we'll search like send a message. If we don't want to wait for response, so we'll just create a node which is send a message, and I'll put over here create goal. So this node will now send a message to the school. Now placement of this node you can have by yourself. So you can either place your node over here, so that based on the information that is coming to a class 1, you can forward that to particular class channel that is maintained. But for me, to make it simple, I'll place it over here where whatever information is coming, I'll pass it to the Slack node, so that Slack node can directly send a message to the common Slack group. Even you can, if you don't want to do this, you can also create Slack nodes at this level, switch level, where any data coming out of your ICSE workflow that goes to the ICSE channel, and you can have similar Slack channel over here where you can have all the CBSE messages goes to CBSE channel. So I don't want to do that. I want to send all the messages to the same group. So I will attach my node over here. So in next we will configure this Slack channel node. So we will create our credentials and we will create a message also from here. So first of all, to attach your Slack node, you shall have Slack credentials over here. Now creating a Slack credential is a multi-step process. So in step 1, you need to create an application in the Slack. So I'll take you to the page where you can create your Slack application. So you can go to your api.slack.com. That is the Slack API, and from here you can create an app. You can click create an application. Select from scratch and name it as school administration. Okay, I'll name it my application like this. You can select your workspace and create an application. Okay, so now you have created your application over here. Then we will configure permissions in this Slack. So from here you can go to authentication and permission. Click over here. So this will open you an authentication and permission page. In this you scroll down till the scope. Okay. And in the bot token scope, you need to add scope. So here we are adding a permission. What all our bot can do. We can give permission basic like you can write a chat message. Okay, you see that chat message has come. It can read the channel. It can read the group. It can read the user. And it can write the file path. Okay, so these are the permissions I want to give. Based on your use case, you can tweak the permission. And you scroll back up the top at authentication token. Click on this button, install to our workspace. Click allow. Now we have generated our token. So this is our token. You can copy this. We will need it in N8N. So copy this and switch to our N8N. Click on create new credential, and here you can fill an access token which we have copied from there. You can get your signature secret from there itself and paste it over here and click on save. And then I have already created a credential for chat, so I'll use chat as a chatbot, and I have sent resource as a message. Okay, I want an operation to be sent. This will send a message. Where I want to send a message, I want to send it to channel. I'll choose channel. Now let's create one channel in our Slack. So I have created an admission all private channel, and I'll add our bot tag. We will switch back to our N8N node. Okay, we'll select channel over here. We'll select the channel from drop down. So our channel admission all. We have selected our channel over here, and we want to write simple text message over here. And let's say that first we are adding our board name. Okay, we're just experimenting it. Let me execute this step. And you see we have executed successfully. Got a message from Slack or not. So that has sent us a message I see it. So that means our Slack workflow is good. Now let's add a format to this message. So I'll set a message new admission alert, and I will set the board name over here and also a class name over here. That tells, so that will be a header like new admission alert, CBSE and class. Yeah, I'm not putting anything else. Okay, let me add student name also and followed by the parent's name. So maybe parent's name might not be required. Okay, let's have it. Parent, and I'll add their contact details also. And the email ID. Okay, so now we have added all the information over here. And execute this step. The message shall be updated over here, and you see over here. Now I see that new admission alert, ICSE class 3. This doesn't look good, so I'll update it to ICSE board class 3. Okay. So easily you can do it over here by ICSE board and class 3. And I'll execute this step again, and now you see it is much more better. ICSE board and class 3. The name, parent, phone number, email ID. Okay, so that's how our Slack works. Let me execute complete flow. Open this note and remove the clean message. And we will execute our test flow. So now our form has been. Let's add a student name as Dean. Okay, this time Dean will be student and John will be parent. Okay. Class, you can select a class and choose the ICSE or CBSE board. So let's choose CBSE because now the CBSE we have not tested. So now this CBSE message will go into our Slack channel. We can add a phone number. Dean@gmail.com. And click submit. And you see the workflow has gone this way, and now currently our Slack is executing. If you see over here, we got a message on new admission alert for student Dean, parent name is John, phone number, and Dean's email address has been given to the admission all channel. From here, your school can operate and get the whatever task they have assigned. So that's all basic I wanted to share you about Slack node. Slack node, you can place it over at the board level, at the each level, where you can bifurcate your message in whether it shall go to ICSE channel or it shall go to CBSE channel. So you can have CBSE all and ICSE all channels. For further on, if you want to experiment more, you can add it over here. Based on the class level, you can send your message to the different class groups also. From next, we will go through our Gmail node. So in Gmail node, whatever email ID that user has provided, we will try to send an acknowledgement over here, and we will try to share more information about school, like what activities are done in school and recent history about school results and all those stuff.